because it's used different mainboard and it's difficult to separate the P1. We can see the first wheel on the top side is a lighting detection and alarm light. And the P1 still have the 5.5-inch screen size and 1,208 pixels horizontally and 720 vertically. And go right side, we can see so many connector here. It's about power switch and the carbon dioxide connector, carbon dioxide outlet, and the temper connector and the ECG connector, IBP connector, SpO2 connector, NIBP connector, and 3-in-1 connector here. From the left side, we can see the communication interface and the power contact, the DC power supply connector, and the docking station connector. So some special here is about the power contact. In the last time we used the module slot, it usually have the 4 power contact, but P1 only have the 2 power contact here. It's the same functions, gesture swipe with 2 fingers to adjust the lightnings and sound and switch screen. So the P1 we have the 8 types, P101 to P108. So in those 8 types, it has different functions, and P101 is the standard one. So optional function is IBP, 12-lead ECG, and Wi-Fi, 3-in-1 output, and VGE output. So we design those different types to help our customers to choose different functions P1. And we can see this note is P106 and P107 with VGA function should work with the docking station. So we talk about the docking station later. And the next list is about MPS. So MPS doesn't have the screen. So and the function is the same like the P1. But the MPS only have 3 optional functions. It's IBP, 12-lead ECG, and 2-in-1 output. Next, we're talking about is the docking station. So the docking station like a baby assistant for the P1. So it has a module slot and it provides so many connectors here, such as a VGA connector, network connector, and a USB connector. And the docking station ensures us to use the P1 independently without big P. It ensures that the patient can still be monitored during the transfer process because it just have the 1 slot. So P1 just can use 6 functions module slot here by docking station. And we make a list for the docking station, what kind of module slot they can use. So we can see it's a S5 with Massimo SpO2, the S2, the Necro SpO2. N2 is a Centech NIBP, and C1 is Biolight side screen carbon dioxide, and C8 is Biolight mainstream carbon dioxide. C11 is Biolight microscreen carbon dioxide. But the last one is the input is not module slot, is input inbuilt in the P1. This picture is about all module slots here. It's all functions for the P series monitor, but the P1 only can use this 5 module. Next is all auxiliary module slots. It's available to P15, P18, P22 patient monitors except P12, because P12 is designed to monitor the teenager or neonatal. So it extends to the 8 channel slots. So second part is accelerators. For accelerators, it seems like the X series monitor, so I don't want to talk anymore with that. So it's the third part is the hardware structure. It's the same 3 parts here is appearance, internal structure, and the schematic diagram. On the front wheel, we can see the light indication and the alarm light, the power indicating light, and battery charging indicating light. So we can see the back side, we can see some connector here is a VGA, USB, nurse calling 3-in-1 connector, and our power connector. It's about the P1 internal structure. So we can see the left picture that. So you can see the display panel here. So for the P1, the display panel is the whole package. We can't separate that. So if the screen or touch screen or backlight or touch screen is broken, so we just change them all. So it's a little expensive here. And we can see the back side is it's a back case and some board here. So first, we can see this picture here. On the front side, we can see the touch screen and the main board, touch screen and the case. It's a whole package here, so we can't separate that. But in the back area, we can see the main board and the connector pill. So on the back side, we can see the pump and values and parameter board. And on the left side, we can see the interface board. And we come back to the last point here, so we can see the main board. So the main board is like the brain for the P1, is take the order to the other board and connected every data and show on the screen panel. So we can see the left side connector. So we can see the left side is a connector pill. Its functions is mainly to collect data and near the speaker is and the main board will take order to the connector pill. The connector pill will collect the patient data and transform the data to the parameter board. And the parameter board will analyze and transfer the data to the interface board. The interface board helps us P1 to connect with big P and transform finally data to the main board. And the main board finally transform the data to the screen panel to show the patient situation. So for the P1, we still have different types main board here. It's just some new functions here, so like a Wi-Fi function, VGA function, or plus VGA plus Wi-Fi function here. And if you want to add more battery, so you also need to change the new P main board here. And the P1 still can add some module like IBP and file fleet. So it also needs to change the parameter board here. For the MPS, it's the same like that. And this one is a big P internal structure, such as P18 here. So we can see the left side is module slot and basically it's just help us P1 to connect it with the big P, or some modules can connect it with the module slot. And from the middle, we can see this is a battery, but the battery is connected with the mainboard, and the mainboard will control the power switch. And we can see the right side is the mainboard, and basically, but behind the mainboard is here is a power module, and the finally is a front peel. So for the big P, it's the same like the P1, because the front peel is the whole baggage. We can't separate that. So we see this first. You can see it's a display peel. It has a touch screen and LCD and front keys. In picture, we can separate that, but normally it's a whole package here. And we can see the left side is a module slot and with the I/O board. And the back side, we can see the main side, mainboard and recorder and rear case and base plant. So we come back to last point. You can see the mainboard is still like a brain, and it's control the power and some data transform. So data transform is from the DVI and USB and so many connector. So from the mainboard, it can transfer the data to the other side. And about the I/O in and out interface port, it's just connect with P1 or other module slots to connect it to the data and transfer it to the mainboard. So this part is be a little wrong here. The battery will connect it with the mainboard. It's not connected with the I/O interface board here. So also here, the mainboard will connect with the alarm line and power switch, LCD panel, and backlight. For the big P, we still have the 4 types functions here. It's about mainboard, with the Wi-Fi function and the DVI functions. So it means if you P1 add some functions like the Wi-Fi function or DVI functions, the big piece that doesn't to aid these functions. For the meantime, the mainboard, if your mainboard have the Wi-Fi function, you didn't need to choose Wi-Fi function for the P1 mainboard here. So about the big P mainboard is S12 mainboard. It can aid the VGA connector and 3-in-1 connector and Wi-Fi function with 12 leaders. So it's 5 types here. So it's about the 4 sections is a maintenance manual. So S series monitor and P series monitor has the same maintenance manual. So for maintenance manual, so you need to remember the password is 785623 here. So we go the main manual and we find the maintenance and the input the password is 785623, and we can go to the maintenance. In the maintenance, the first one we can see printer here. So our P series monitor can connect it with printer, but not the USB printer. It's just use the network to connect it with the printer here. And in other way, we can choose the language what you want. And about a network. So I will talk about network and setup later from the Biovision. And And the fifth section is the software upgrade. So for software upgrades, the first one you need to prepare the USB stick, and the USB stick must be the FAT32 type. Only these types to use upgrade. And we have notes that please confirm the device was connected to the AC power before the upgrading, or the battery is full charge. The device out of power may leading the device unable to starting when at the upgrade progress. So we have the 5 steps here. And the first step is we need software in our USB stick. And you remember that the full name cannot be changed in any way. And we go on to switch on our monitor and plug in our USB stick. Then the monitor will automatically read the information from the USB stick and upgrade the software automatically. So when the monitor display the automatic upgrade successful, then press the reboot button and unplug the USB stick, and then the monitor will reboot automatically. Finally, the software upgrade complete. After that, we need to check. So we go back to the main menu and see the version to check the version is updated or not. If it's not, to repeat the step 1 to 5 again. The next one is auto maintenance.
Auto maintenance?
For the maintenance, before we're talking about the first one, NIBP linkage test, I prepared the video for you guys. It's about the linkage test. NIBP linkage test here. So we need to talk about a little specific here. So first one. So first one, you need to prepare a mantle cylinder and make our NIBP cap to connect it with a mantle cylinder. And we open our monitor to get in the main menu. Put in a main internet password. And go find the module and go NIBP. So you can see the linkage test here. The text list.
May linkage
so you
test pala.
can see some you can hear some air sound here.
Kino-compensate. Kailang malakas ang leak.
So you can see alarm here. It's an NIBP air linkage. It means we have to celebration the linkage. And we'll show you a next video is about linkage test right. Same step, the main cylinder. And you guys will looking for the left top side, you can see the monitor was alarming. So no any alarm about air linkage test. It means our air condition is good. So we need to stop all.
May nagbibigay din sa kanya.
Now we come back to our point. So it's about the linkage test. So about the linkage test, is the first one you need to connect the extension tube into the NIBP connector of the monitor and tie the cuff to the main mantle cylinder. So remember, it must be the mantle cylinder. It can't be the other side. And we go into the maintenance and put in the password and go to the module and succeed the NIBP and choose the linkage test. Then the promote air linkage test will appear on the NIBP parameter area, indicating that the system has started performing air linkage tests. The system will automatically inflate the pneumatic system to about 180 millimeters of mercury. And then after 20 seconds or so, the system will automatically open the deflate value, which marks the completion of an air linkage test. So if no area information displays on NIBP parameter area, is indicating that the airway is in good situation and no air link is excelled. However, if the promote air system link appear in place, it's indicating that the airway may have air links. In this case, the user should check for loose connection. After confirming screw connections, the user should reform the air linkage test and press the stop key to stop the air linkage test. And then the air linkage test is complete. So this 2 PowerPoint is about the air linkage test steps. And we go next. So if you want to celebration your NIBP, so you need to use the simulator. So I also prepared the video about the NIBP celebration, but it's not for the P series, but the steps is same.不是这两个，不是没事，我知道在哪。对，弄错了，我还以为这个是 for Q 的。It's for the S-series monitor, but it's the same. So thanks for you guys watching about this video. Then we come back to our point and talk about the steps here for for the NIBP celebration. So first one, we need to connect it all that like simulator and with the mantle cylinder and with cap and the connected with the NIBP connector. So and the second, we need to setting the simulator and we go the NIBP menu and choose the test and we can see the pressure source and we set the value is 200 millimeter of mercury and go next. So and we go manual to the monitor. We choose the module and the NIBP and the pressure manual. We can see the menu in the menu is a stick pressure test. So started the simulator and monitor the stats, check the pressure value showed by the monitor and simulator. And you will get two values here and you need to compare the two values. And you after you compare the two values, if the gap is over 3 millimeter mercury, you need to enter the manual pressure calibration and input the value 200 millimeters of mercury, then enter and exit the manual to save the setting and repeat step 3 and step 4 to check if the pressure showed by the monitor and the simulator in the same value or less than 3 millimeter mercury. Then celebration complete. And then we talked about the last.
Nawala. Reload. Bakit nawala?
Akala ko nawala lahat. Yan lang pala.
So it can record about
Nawala pala.
240 hours of full disclosures and traders. So about the next one is the connection. So for the connection, first one you need to prepare a good computer and a good software here. And you need to software installation producer here.
Ito yung installation.
Meron yan. Sandali lang ngayon ito.
And then finish the installation to
When installation, plug in the dongle and computer will install the driver automatically. Madali lang naman. Sa CMS to? Mm.
So before the third one, I also want to show you about video. How can we connect it with
IP address.
computer?
Add your own checklist.
Thank you for using Biolight. For this video, we are going to talk about how to connect the central monitoring system and patient monitor.
71.
Preparation. There are some things you need to prepare before you install the CMS. A computer platform, including display, PC, keyboard and mouse. Software package of biomed region. USB dongle. Alarm device. External printer and a printed driver. USB storage device. The operation principle is the CMS runs on the Windows platform and is used in conjunction with the bedside monitor through network equipment. Installation. Firstly, please decompress the compressed file of CMS. Then, you will get an installation program of BioRegion. Make sure the firewall and antivirus software have been closed. Double-click the icon to operate the BioRegion installation program. Choose a language as your needs. After reading the license agreement, click I agree the agreement and select Next. Then, select a folder to store those files. Click Next button and Install button.
Where is the smooth Biolight?
It's there in drawer.
Where?
Here, already you put last.
If it already? Tayo?
I want to check.
Huh?
When the
Give me
progress
now
bar
this
is
for the
complete, that means you
Saudi.
finished the
I
installation.
I have a
of
solid
CMS.
tutorial for Misa.
Yeah.
He told you that I will give to him. I will not give to him. Huh? I'm paying my internet, then he is not paying.
Network setting. Before using the CMS, you need to establish the connection between computer
Ahmed,
and monitor.
how many months did he not pay you this Saudi council?
Set up on the PC.
This one,
Before,
yeah.
before he go to vacation.
No, no problem. Roger is already 1 year, he
Firstly,
did not pay.
click
Years.
network.
3 years. 3 years.
The first one I forget.
Select network and sharing center.
Last time you give me 100 riyal from him. This for 3 months or 4 months?
Huh?
Select
3 months?
local area
I don't know. This 100 real, no?
Yeah.
Select
The one he gave to
properties.
paying the internet, but we did not pay.
Select protocol version.
Where have I paid total?
CPI.
I will pay. Include the internet.
Yeah,
Let's use the following
I finished
IP
it.
address.
Huh?
This is 204.
I thought you finished me.
Last
Then
36
enter
for
the
this
IP
one.
address.
What
Select
IP
mask
is for
and
this
gateway.
month only? What IP is before this month?
Then for
This month?
Contact the IP address of computer.
Not yet?
Should be different from
There
the
is two.
patient monitor.
There is two how?
The subnet mask and gateway should be the same with
Open,
the
open
patient
calculator.
monitor.
Calculator.
Double. Calculator.
Calculator.
After, click OK to
Two
save the
real
setting.
balance. Huh? Two real.
Calculator.
Now, the network setting of the
200.
computer is finished.
You pay for me last.
Set up on the monitor.
200 and
Plus.
two real. Huh? 2 real.
Press the menu button.
What real?
How much?
42.
Go to maintenance.
200. Then 328.
Enter the
I will
password
give you, how much I told you?
785623.
Yeah, our internet in house.
72.
72 plus 72, right? Plus 72.
Then go to network setup.
Kamu sasabay. 275.
Switch the network type to LAN.
How much?
Remain.
53. I will give
Press
you.
LAN on the left side.
Because you know,
And
he is collecting money our internet in the house. But he did not pay.
You can start the
That's why plus he didn't pay. But he is still collecting for us.
New 60 there for this one.
60. 5, 10.
How much to deport it on?
You can see there are 4 blanks. The first 3 blanks should be the same with computer. The last one should be different from the computer and other monitors.
Remain 8.
Yeah.
Remain on red.
The subnet mask and gateway should be the same with the computer.
Puras pun kamu.
The setting will be saved after clicking the apply button.
All. Including my battery.
Press
Can you read my
CMS
battery?
button
No,
on
not
the
yet.
left
There's
side.
no information. What?
Click central monitoring system and enter
So
the IP
remain
address of the
for Sharon
computer.
is for Sharon. Okay. For you, what
Plus
was it?
500.
For me.
Huh?
Plus 500.
500.
Set the device number.
That's my business.
Notice the device number should be different from
Last
the
month we
other
didn't
Yeah,
pay,
yeah.
and this month,
That is fine.
so
I
plus
Now, all setting is finished. They will be saved after.
84, 64, 84, 84. Plus my
Finished, huh? Oh, yeah. Full 42.
Saved or not.
This guy September
The
must be
setting
paid.
is saved successfully.
Rahim.
what?
Rahim must be paid.
Vacation.
This is an example of
23.
IP setup.
September 23 go, this guy.
What we are doing?
Operation. After you finish the IP setup, you can start to use the BioVision. Insert the SuperDOM into the computer. Connect patient monitor and PC with internet cable. Open the BioVision. If it is not equipped with a lock device, a warning will show when starting the BioVision. You can select OK to proceed. Then you will get into BioVision interface. New monitor need the assigned device manually at the first time. Please go to the system settings. Select device manager and enter password 78563. Press the plus to add the new monitor. Now it is successfully added, and system will automatically recognize next time. Double-click it to spread the monitoring interface. Now, you can start to monitor the vital signs of patient. Thanks for your watching.
Goodbye.
Tapos na? Hindi pa.
Next ulit. Mahaba pa lang.
Ba't nawala yung sound?
Meron ba?
So after we enter the software, so
Huh?
we need to set up. The first one we need to set up our monitor here. So it's about the network setup. So we
Then
just
would you buy computer?
So set up the IP address here, and we need to remember the first three numbers in the IP is the same to the PC,
No need.
and the
We know
last
already this
number
one.
have a range is 2 to 249, and
Last
you must be sure that the last number is the other devices not use that. And next, we need to set up the device number, and the device number must be the unique number here. So you need to, if you have the three monitors, you just need to set up the 1, 2, 3. Cannot be the 1, 1, 3 or 1, 2, 2.
Anong nawawala? Yung
So next, we need to set the PC, and
yan?
same like that. The three number from the IP address is the same like the
Talaga to.
monitors.
Kailangan.
And the next one is the last one IP is the same,
Naman yung plug mo.
and the number from the 2 to the 249.
Palitan ng plug.
So after the PC setting and the monitor setting, so we need to check the network. So we go to open the network cable, and
Nakataslak eh. Okay ka talaga.
we input the pin
Oh.
plus the monitor IP address. This sounds like here.
Minsan nawawala kasi.
With pin 192.169.8.1.132, we can reply a signal from the PC. If the all signal is correct, must be here is 64. After check the network, we go to the open our software Biolight, and in the first time we need to add our monitor to the Biolight. So we need to go to the device manager here, and we plus in our device number, and enter the click the
Hindi ko
glass here,
kailangan ina-apply.
and you can see the monitor
Ayan,
8 is connected with the Biolight.
Kailangan dun sa monitor.
And if you have the full monitor, you need to do that step 4 times, and every time to change a new device number here. And in second times you turn up your monitor is automatically to connect it with the Biolight. And go after we connected with the Biolight, we can see this table here. On the left side, we can see the system menu and the system alarm and the alarm test, the mute, print queen, and the time with the data.
Kailangan tulong mo na. Tama mo. Every year.
And we can see the detail. We can see the room number or the bed number here, and the patient name or patient ID, and the alarm information for every patient. And it's a simple data from the patient here, like the ECG, SpO2, or RESP. So which module you want to see here, you can just set up. And go other side, we double click patient sector. You can go the bed wheel interface. So we can see the bed wheel is all functions here. You can see that, and you can use some function here like freezing and standby, and we can control the NIBP, and we can change other model like the night model. And here, next we talk about is patient management. So we click. So we click the patient manager here, So we can set up the name and the height, weight, gender, and also we can write down the room number and bed number here. Finally, we can use the find patient here to such as we set up, write down another patient name, and it will change the room number to the you find patient. So next is about review. When you get the bed view and to enter the review, you can see a long times this timeline here, and you can choose every time you want the data from the all functions here. And even you can choose different types, something like the graphs or tables here. We can change that. About the alarm sightings, is need the password, and the password is 785623. So you can in a Biolation to change the monitor's alarm. So last one is note. So when we use the Biolation, we must need the SuperDog.
SuperDog.
The first one, we must need that. And the next is about connecting. So IP to be the Unicode. So it means one monitor, one IP here. It's not one monitor, two IP. And the device number is not be the Unicode. So how many monitor you have and how many device number you have. And the PC, so it must be prepared to the good computer and the screen. So the monitor's resolution must rather than full HPD. And we need to close the firewall before the insertion. So if you use the Wi-Fi, you need to change the network setup to the Wi-Fi and connect it which Wi-Fi you want. And that's a Biolation. So I missed something for you guys, and we come back to the P series. Yep. So I missed something is about the cleaning. So about the P series and the Q series is have the same cleaning types. No. Oh, here. So for the cleaners, so we just you guys read the cleaning and disinfection in the instruction book. So our recommended cleaner is water and 75% alcohol. And after wiping, so we should keep our monitor dry. And about accelerators, so we still just use water and 75% alcohol to cleaning and make it dry. There are also some cleaners we can use, but we need to read the instruction carefully to make sure they don't damage our machine. So that's the we talk about. So do you guys have some questions about Q and P series monitor and Biovision?意思他们有问题就打上来了吗？
Customer report.
他说是 please go ahead， 但是没了。什么？还有没有人告我呀？还有 Q 是吗？哦，是这样，没事没事，我有。没事。我还以为，我做个 test 就好。这个简单的，得做个组。I'm apologize to waste you guys' time. So about the next part is about Q series monitor here.
啊？
Q series?
它这个 PPT 有一点小问题，就它这个 PPT 会自动动，我能不能就是这的给他说？看好。
May Q5 tayo.
So about
Dito sa
so you can see this picture here is all Q series monitor here. It's Q3, Q5, and Q7. So it has different size screen size. And the Q3 is about 10.4 inch screen size, and Q7 has a 15 inch screen size, and Q5 has a 12.1 screen size here. And we go, the first part is appearance. So we can see the Q series monitor is different with P series and S series. So we can see the front side. You can see on the left side is on or off button. It's a power switch button here, and power line and charging line. And the go right side, you can see alarm light here, and screen, and the NIBP button, and the alarm confirm, and alarm pause, and the freeze, and the record button. So we can see the power switch button is to control the power side, and the power light and the charging light is to indicating when when our monitor is working, the power light and the charging light and will go light. And the NIBP button is to control the NIBP button is to control the NIBP start or stop, and alarm confirm is to stop all stop all alarm about 2 minutes, and the alarm pause is to stop all alarm, and freeze is to freezing the worm wavefront, and the recorder button is start and stop the recorder. And And we can go the back side. So the first one is the AC power socket. The second one is the equipmentally terminal. And the third one is the SD card socket. And the number 4 is the VGA connector. And the VGA connector is optional. And the number 5 is the network connector. And the number 6 is USB socket. Number 7 is defibrillation snake connector. The last one is nurse call connector. Is also be the 3-in-1 connector here. And we can see the side wheel. So about side wheels is number 1, and the number 2 is temporal connector here. And the number 3 and number 4 is IBP1 and IBP2 connector. And next is a SPO2 connector here. It goes 6 is
Wala. Sana. Bakit napunta dyan? Take tayo dyan.
Number 10 is about the recorder.
6 months daw yung recommendation. Loko-loko mga to.
So we go to the bottom
May
wheel.
question eh.
The Q5 and the Q7, the
Ah?
Q5 and the Q3
Yung
just
tagal ng
have
maintenance.
one battery slot, so they are just one battery here. But Q7 has another battery slot, so you can option another battery. So we talk about the configuration here. So we have a list here about their configuration. They both have the lithium battery, 3 or 5 ECG, Biolight, SPO2. So the other functions are optional, such as the 12-liter ECG, the NACO, SPO2, Massimo SPO2, IDP, and the carbon dioxide, and the AG, SD card, and the recorder, and VGA output. So this list is to make you guys know clearly about the configuration about Q3, Q5, or Q7. It's just we go the next part. So next part.
Nawala
next step
ako.
is
Nawala.
It's also same like the P
Join
series and
your
S series.
browser.
It's no special here. So only some special here is about the SPO2 because we can choose 2 types.
Nawala.
SPO functions here is about the NACO and Massimo here.
This meeting is being recorded.
Cable and sensors.
Masimo, hindi
And the
gumagana
next is about the IBP cape. It's the same like the P series and the S series. And a little special here is about the carbon dioxide. It has the 2 types here, but for its 2 types here is a brand is a Biolight and Massimo. And the side screen is all the input to the module slot. And we also have some special disposable accelerators for carbon dioxide. And for the main screen, we also still have the 2 brands, Biolight and Massimo.
Yung strap.
And we use the special
Doon sa bahay meron?
accelerators such as extension cable and
Oh.
carbon dioxide
Mapa.
sensors
Yung
and the
parang
different
kunod na
disposable accelerators here.
Ha?
Irami namin. Para yun yung itali namin sa bike.
And it's about the first time to talk about this AG module.
Meron daw sa bahay.
We still have the 2 types, the side screen and main screen here.
Sige po.
Ah, sige.
And it's also
sige, boy.
about
Message mo
the
lang ako, boy.
side screen is doesn't have the extension cable and the sensor will go the input. And it's just have some disposable accelerators. But for the main screen, it has the extension cable and sensor and two different disposable accelerators here. On the go other side is thing like is a wall mount and the trolley here.
Nagsin sa extra.
When we go next is also about maintenance manual here.
Overload kasi kaya medyo lumuman na agad.
The maintenance manual's password is still 785623, and we call if you want to change language, you need to add your language first. So you need to go to the factory maintenance. So and input the password and select the language here. So it's a different here is about network setup. So go network setup means to set up the new IP address here. So it's working to connect it with our BioVision. And when you use Q-series monitor to add some new functions, you need to optional function activity. So it's a step here. So you need to go to the main menu and input the password here and go to the maintenance. And you need to go on to the factory maintenance and input the same password here. And input the password to activate relative function. It means if you add the new functions, our company will give you a new password about the factory password. When you input your new factory password, your machine can use the new functions here. So the different function needs a different password to activate. So I will go to talk about the initial structure here. For the P5 with the front wheel, so front wheel, you can understand it means be the display panel, and we can separate that. So the first one is alarm lamp board. The second one is a touch screen. And the third one is a keyboard control PCB. And you know the keyboard control PCB is control the all display panel. And you can see the keyboard. So the keyboard is control the button. And the display panel here. And the LCD key and the power switch board is just to control the power switch button. And we can go next part. So for the back side, so first one I will choose. You can see the main board here, and behind the main board you can see the main board base plate. So main board base plate is provide so many connector for the main board. So it doesn't have some functions. It's just like the plus main board here, and behind the main board base plate you can see the power module. And on the right, on the left side bottom, you can see the parameter module is a BM100A. So it's a calculate and analyze every patient data to the main board. And the I/O board, so I/O board is connected with the module slot. So we can see this schematic diagram here for the Q3 and the Q5. Because Q3, Q5 is just the screen size different, so the function is same. So we can see the main board doesn't connected with any board, so it's connected with the base plate of the main board. So the base plate of the main board will connect to every board here. So it's connected speaker, alarm light, LCD, backlight, the keyboard, key control board. It means it's connected with the display panel. And go to the other side, it will connect with the battery interface board, SD card, and SOPA board. for the VGA, nurse call is connected with any connector to provide the information transfer. And we can say go the left side is the first one is the important one is connected with the power module. So it's the main board still control the power module here. And the next one is a plug-in slot. It means it will connect it with the module slot and when and provide the power to the module. And then finally, it's connected with the parameter module here and receive the information from the correction module and send to the main board. And the main board will send the signal to the display panel. And we can see the Q7 internal structure here is maybe it seems like the Q5 but more bigger than it. So we can still have the alarm light board here and the LCD cable here, the keyboard control PCB, and the keyboard here, and the power switch board here, and the LCD panel here, and the touch screen here. So we just talk about the Q7 internal structure above the back side. So you can see we use the different mainboard here for the Q7, and we still have the mainboard base slide. And it means the mainboard will not connect it with any parts. It's just used to the mainboard base plate to connect it every board. And we can see it's a change on another place to a module, power module. It's on the left side. It's on the bottom side. And then we still use the same parameter module here. It's a BM100A. And the same is the structure is the same like the Q5 or Q3, but it's 8 more functions. So you can see the mainboard still connect with the base plate of the mainboard, and the base plate of the mainboard will connect it to the other part. And we go back here. So you can see this small part here. It means we can option some like Massimo or NACO SPO2 here. And we come back to the schematic diagram. So you can see it's a display panel. It's some connector of the backside. And we can see it's a power module and still the parameter module here to connect the patient data to the main board. And we can see it's a compared list. So it's still same. It's the same main board. It's MB350 main board here, and it's used different keyboard control PCB. It's a Q5 or Q7, and power supply is different because the Q7 is more bigger than Q3 and the Q5. So it's you use a different power module here. And about LCD is a Q3 is the smallest, it's a 10.4 inches, and the Q5 is 12.1 inches, and the Q7 is 15 inches. And the parameter module, and its name is the same, but it's a BM100A for Q5 and the Q7 two types here. And it's about some troubleshooting. We talk about later. And it's a maintenance and the cleanings. So maintenance about the air linkage test is same like the Q series and the P series, but I still prepare the videos. 我好像有专门的这个，我好像有这个专门的这个 Q。不对，对不起。Oh no. So sorry about I didn't prepare about the P series.
No problem. We can show next week.
Anyway, so we just have the NIBP, the celebration for the Q series.
Now we're going to calculate the NIBP for the patient monitor. And the first one, we should have the three-way tube. The one connect to the NIBP cuff, the one connect to the simulator, and the one connect to the patient monitor. Now, we start with the patient monitor first. Now we can start the simulator. And set the target pressure to the 200 millimeter of mercury. Now, we're going to maintain the NIBP. And the type here, we should choose adult. And the model, first we should set the calibrate data to 200 millimeter of mercury. And then the mode here, we should have manometer test. And then we press stop. Here, back to the simulator, we stop. Now we just focus on the number here, right? And then focus on the number here. By the way, the normal tolerance for the NIBP should be plus and minus 3 millimeter of mercury. Now, as you can see, the number here is 201. Now, we can set up like this. This one. Enter. And then back to the menu and stop the simulator.
Because I go to the biomedical ward.
And restart the machine.
Then I come back here.
Then it will be okay.
So from the video, we can see the difference, difference between the Q series NIBP celebration and the P and S series monitor NIBP celebrations. So it's just a little different, but the meaning size is same because the Q series monitor uses a different software. So it's a little difficult to do NIBP celebration here, but we still have the step here. So it's a convenience you guys to do that. So the first one is go to menu and work model. You need to choose the maintenance work model, and you will enter the password, and the monitor will go work on factory model here. And choose the model, choose the menu again, and go to maintenance, and choose the machine and the NIBP maintenance. And we can choose the type. Choose the type for the adult, and the model will be the mono matcher, and then press stop or start or stop to starting test here. So we make sure our NIBP celebration is correct. So it still have the age. The age is can't be over than the 3 millimeter of mergeries. It's the same like the P series and S series. And we can go the NIBP celebration and to set it to the 200 millimeters of mercury. Then press enter and exit the menu to have the set. So next one is about touch screen celebration. So please refer to follow the steps to celebrate the touch screen. And the first one, we need to change the work model to maintain and enter the code. The password is 785623. And we choose the touch screen and to celebrate the touch screen. And you can see the plus signal here, and you need to use your finger or use a pen to clean the middle side, and it's about 4 points here. And when your celebration is complete, the mirror will set the right signal here, and the monitor will reboot automatically. And next is about upgrade software. So it's similar like the Q series, and it's similar like the P series and the S series. So you need to prepare the USB stick, but you need to remember that the USB stick must be the FAT32. If you use another USB stick, it can't be the upgrade. And then you need to prepare the software and put the software into the USB stick, and you can't change the name about the field in USB stick. And we go open and switch on this monitor and plug in the USB stick to the monitor and upgrade and reboot. So this part is about some accessories. How can we protect our accessories? It's about 4 pictures here, but number 1 and number 3 is correct. The number 2 and number 4 is wrong here. So we need to make our accessories soft, and we can't to make them too thin. And the next one is about battery maintenance. So about battery maintenance, it means we need to at least 2 appliance cycle when it's used or stored for 12 months. So it means over 12 months, it's years, we need to battery maintain 1 time. Always when it's a long time, becomes noticeably shorter. So those is the follow step here. So please, battery you need to optimize into the battery compartment to the monitor, and install the battery into the monitor and connect with the AC means along the battery to be charged usually for above 6 hours. It means we need to charge our battery full 6 hours above. So, and we need to remove the AC power and to run the monitor until it's shut off. It's the first cycle here, and we recharge the power again about 6 hours, and the batteries maintained. So we also prepare about 2 tables here as well, the list here to help you guys to record the maintenance recorder. So if you guys want that, I can email to you guys. So do you have questions about the Q series of another series monitors?
Once every 6 months or when the battery will be. When first installed or installed.
他怎么现找那个频号的名字？
The fish goes.
你叫啥来着？
你把所有人的那个讲话的功能打开，让你讲话的。
这个只能全体静音，没有说是全体不静音。要求全球人解除静音。
Hello. Hello, my brother. Any questions? Hello.
No.
Wake up. Any question for our products?
Yes.
No, everything is okay.
Muffy? I don't think so.
ما في أصدق.
Okay. How about P series?
Everything is clear, but we need the data. You can send us the data, right?
Oh yeah. You can send me the email which data you need.
Yeah. I mean all the videos and all the service manual.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, share with me your email here.
Yeah,
I will send to you later. After the meeting, I will send to you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other have questions? Because this time the service training will finish. We will give you more 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
No, are you sure?
Take your time.
What you understand?
Hello, man. Yes? Oh.
This one all
The service menu only for P series or for S series or for all?
Who?
Shahid Sheikh Almana.
how about the S series? Because someone asked me a lot of questions for S series
Jadi sagutin mo.
and P series, P15 and P18, and the central station from from Alamana Hospital. The engineer, Mohantis, feedback.
That's
If next time you ask me again the central station, I will not feedback you. So let us finish at this time.
They're asking Roy to unmute and ask question. They're asking Roy to unmute and ask question.
should unmute. No. They send that one all.
For us, Martin.
They send them as.
This is no way to do business.
Where's the smart?
Where's my supply?
Oh, then no. Okay. Hang on,
What's the interval for?
Who's the 这个要怎么回答？关于 NRBP 的那个 meter。那 RBP 上面。Interval for NRBP meter, what was this? For which?
The smart is playing.
Who's this Mark?
Well, it's not. That's all.
The link can be shared. Videos can be uploaded in the Dropbox. Link can be shared.
那是 NRBP 变革那是什么东西？
问 NRBP 就很多长时间才能死。
哦。If we don't have questions, we can finish the training today and see you next week, Monday, same time. It is okay?
Can be uploaded in the Dropbox and link.
Which Dropbox? Here?
Okay, Sukran Habibi.
Abdi.
Okay. Okay, thank you. See you next Monday. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Where's the box?
Yeah, which box they will drop?
The email.
after you finish this one.
Pass. Reduce and torse here. This is the problem only. But all working, only that one. We'll take that parts. Because we're replacing all monitors. Yeah. Listen, sir.
dyan? Live pa rin yata ako.
Stop mo na.
Kaso-asag yung videos. Wala. Kasi yan. Ayos ko, ina-upload ko. May sinasabi nila na Dropbox eh. Anong Dropbox? Anong Dropbox na sinasabi nila?
Walang end dito sa live. Ayan. Pop crash glue. Walang end. Share.
Yes, yung dalawa.
Bago pa lang naman kasi yan, kaya hindi pa kailangang magtanong. Wala pa mga sira-sira yan.
Yeah.
Yung Biolight.
Hindi, wala akong troubleshooting na tinuro. Puro setup lang lahat. Nasa kaya yung IBP important.
As a result of our database, HRM will be enabled to initiate the process of all submitted online request application for next 2 weeks due to the immigration.
Mga ikat din.